Welcome to the first German impulse of October. As you can see, the Germans took Leningrad. That is, they didn't quite take it yet because, as I figured out during the last turn, um, control only changes during the final phase. So basically, that means after the month is finished, after the turn is finished. I was wondering what the difference actually is, but it probably means that the Russians can still draw supply from the northern edge of the board. Now, of course, they don't really need it because they can also draw it from the east, so it wouldn't really make much of a difference. But the important thing is that, and I mean, in the case of Leningrad, it's not really possible, but in the case of Kiev, potentially, even though it fell during the last turn, there might be some counterattacks and everything, which could have changed the situation. But anyway, at the end of October, it's certain that the Germans will have taken Leningrad. Now here you can see the other, where the other battles took place. Here the Germans took this territory. They actually swung around the river, so they didn't have the river mallets. Something I keep on forgetting, or at least I regularly forget, is I wanted to blitz with this unit, but it wasn't possible because this is not a blitz HQ. They are all, the Germans all, have solely fast HQs as opposed to the Russians, but they're not all blitz HQs. So that didn't actually happen. But okay, they took the area. Here, interestingly enough, there was a lot of combat as well, but not a single hit was scored by either side. And mind you, the Germans also had some aircraft there. They split them evenly between these two areas. Neither side scored a single hit, and that was quite astonishing. So they drew, and they had Luftwaffe support in these two battles from this Luftwaffe headquarters here. Here, the Germans attacked this area, which they cleared. They didn't suffer any losses. Massive artillery support. I was thinking of possibly using an exploitation move to cut these units off, but I was afraid that the Germans would simply, the Russians would simply move in here and cut the German unit off in turn. So I decided against it. The Germans have suffered enough losses now, and as opposed to the Russians, they never get them back. Which the Russians might if they were destroyed in combat. All these units were destroyed in combat here too, so they just went back into the drawback. Here there was another attack trying to accomplish the encirclement. Had that happened too, who knows, I might have done it, but I need more units, and now you can really see that the Germans are short of units because if they do play a blitz or an exploitation move, those units will be really isolated and there will be gaping holes in the German lines, which, had they had more units, they might have prevented. So here, the Russian unit actually survived. They had one pit left, with some air support there as well, but they didn't quite manage. But anyway, all things considered, it doesn't look too bad for the Germans. They built some defensive lines, and the Russians don't have that much strength either at the moment. So the question is, what are they going to do? They will have to take, now that Leningrad has fallen, they have only Moscow now, so they will have to take 2 or 3 victory cities back from the Germans, and that might be challenging enough.